there's 6 domains of cognition that are used to paint a picture of dementia in, again, the DSM, the Diagnostic Statistics Manual. And I'll explain these so-called deficits in each domain. Again, I would use the word change. And I challenge you to think about how these changes can also be teachers. Because again, there's more to the picture of dementia than just cognition alone. So keep in mind, again, that cognition and thinking is just the easiest thing to measure, and therefore it's the basis of diagnosis, but there's a lot more to the picture. So in the phenomenon of dementia, there's 6 domains of thinking, and these are going to change at a different pace for every person. And sometimes depending on which type of dementia you have, which we're going to get into at the end of this webinar, there might be some similar patterns, but I just really want to reiterate that the way that these domains change is going to be absolutely different for every person. It's just really going to depend on a lot of factors. So it's important for both the person experiencing dementia and their allies to really understand these changes. It can be really helpful to be like, oh, that's what's going on. This isn't, anything else. So the first one that we are going to talk about is complex attention. What the heck does that mean? What this means is that the person living with dementia is going to become more easily distracted. They're going to have trouble paying attention in the way that they used to. Multitasking might become a little bit more difficult. And in our fast-paced, media-inundated world, it can be really, really challenging to have your complex attention shift. And so, again, you're going to hear this pattern too, that a lot of the suffering associated with dementia is actually because our world isn't very dementia-friendly. So if we live in a world that has inputs coming in from all directions and is really fast-paced, if it becomes easier for us to get distracted and harder for us to focus, that's going to cause more suffering than if we were in a world that's a little slower and a little more one thing at a time, which is honestly better for all of us. Let me tell you from my corporate coaching, multitasking does no one any favors. So if your complex attention starts shifting or someone you love does, start creating spaces where they can go at their own pace, where distractions are limited. And honestly, as I said, this can be really helpful for those of us living with a dementia diagnosis and the rest of us as well.